Yo, so for those of you who don't know, 2 years ago I started hosting a cookout on Juneteenth. And I've always wanted to host a cookout. Like, it's literally just something, I literally love the idea of people just gathering around, fellowshipping, enjoying one another's company, and eating good food. And I was literally looking for an opportunity to do that. And then I was discussing with a friend, and funny enough, like, he's not even black, and he mentioned Juneteenth as a potential option, and I was like, bro, that's literally perfect. People off work, etc., etc. So 2 years ago, I did it for the first time, and I actually did it at a location that has sentimental value to my family after my father's passing, and literally, like, it was a really beautiful time. Like, it was a really beautiful time for people to come together and celebrate. As we commemorated the end of slavery, which is a great atrocity in our nation's history. But literally after that cookout, man, like, I had people texting me, even weeks down the line, and just telling me that the spirit of joy, and happiness, and brother, sisterhood, and joy that was present was just so palpable. Like, even to the point that weeks later, people are texting me telling me that this is the best time that they had in a long time. And like, we didn't have lick, we didn't have any of that. Like, literally, like, we were like high on just life. Like, we were high off of the strength of like just enjoying one another's company and celebration. Like, it wasn't there was no substances that we were taking. Like, we were literally just like celebrating. It was just a bond of unity. There was just something special. It was something special about that time. And as I was reflecting with the Lord afterwards, and thinking to myself, I was like, yo, Lord, this is a beautiful thing. This is an important thing for us to acknowledge and to celebrate what you have ultimately done through our history in bringing an oppressed people group to freedom. And as I was reflecting on what I wanted to do this year, and just personal reflection with the Lord, I realized that I didn't think that it would be right for me to discuss freedom without talking about the spiritual freedom that is available. Because many of us can walk and enjoy the privilege of physical freedom that we have now, but there's also a spiritual freedom that God makes available to every man. So I wanted to be particularly intentional about testifying to that, and bearing witness to that, and creating space for us to actually celebrate that in conjunction with celebrating physical freedom. And as I was thinking about how I wanted to do that, the Lord put four people on my mind to specifically ask to testify to the way that the Lord has set them free from different things that they were dealing with. Right, so I actually invited four people. One of them is a brother in Christ of mine who was speaking on how the Lord has been helping him walk in freedom over sexual sin, specifically pornography and masturbation. I asked another brother of mine to speak on how the Lord was setting him free from bitterness, from pain, and even some areas of idolatry in his life. I asked another brother from my church to speak on how the Lord is setting him free from substance addiction and abuse. And I asked my baby girl to speak on how the Lord has set her free from unforgiveness. So I really hope, you know what I'm saying, I want to do each of their testimonies justice. I don't want to just put them all in one really long video, because depending on who you are, I recognize that you might be enslaved in one way or another, or one of their testimonies might resonate more with your personal experience. And I want to do each one of them justice and give each one of those powerful testimonies a platform to be able to be heard for what they are speaking on specifically. So I really hope that y'all enjoy. But yeah.